DIM, is integrity management. Now, D stands for distribution, and there is a TIMP also, TIMP, that is for transmission. So since most mobile home parks, they don't have any transmission line, so we are emphasizing on the distribution system. So it's mainly integrity management. So you find some issues with your pipeline and how you can mitigate the problem. That's the whole part of this program. The PHMSA program is not there. So if you have, during our inspection, we used to distribute this guideline to prepare your O&M plan. I think many of you have seen this. And in this, there is a section that explains how you can prepare this report. Okay, so I'll go through this, in a summary wise. So if you have any question, you can ask me, or you can talk me later on. Okay, it's a mechanism and a procedure that operators use. So to implement this integrity management program, actually to ensure compliance with Subpart P. This is, you have heard about 192, PHMSA, the 192. So this is a rules that enforces PHMSA enforces, and it's need to be, that is, everybody should have it, because it becomes a law. So it is an approach by an operator. So anybody owning a park, he's an operator. It may be a person or a corporation or any entity that operates a system. So what it includes and covers, the minimum requirement for any gas distribution system. That it includes the LPG, that we call it propane system. MSB, fewer than 100 customers from a single source, and follow requirements of 1015 of this part. Other gas distribution operators that follow 1005 to 1013. So there are two parts that follow 1015 and others follow 1013. So this is MSP and propane. So they are supposed to, this is a regulation that no later than August 2011, they should have this program in place. So there are certain elements to prepare this program, and these are the minimum elements that they must have. One is knowledge. The operator should have complete knowledge of their distribution piping system, their location, materials of pipeline. Is it a iron pipe, or it is a steel pipe, or it is a PE, PVC, whatever. They should know what is there. Particularly when I've seen that when a new manager comes and he says, I have no idea, I'm here for only 2 months, so I'm trying to learn. So identify additional information needed and provide a plan. So you gain knowledge about your pipeline system, what material is it, and is there any problem, and you conduct this program. You should know about the design, when or how is it designed, and when was it constructed, and operation and maintenance activities, like leak survey and patrolling. So these are the cover tasks that normally you do. So once you are a manager or operating a mobile home park, you should have knowledge of these activities. Now, this is the important part. Identify threats. Now, it needs a data, actually, for a couple of years back, whatever the lifeline of the pipeline is. Like you can say, corrosion is our main problem, or third-party damage when they come and to dig and install some things on the pipeline, or they prepare or repair a pipeline. They come and dig the area, and there's an explosion or whatever. They hit the pipeline. So they call it third-party damage, like the contractor come and hit a pipeline, and explode or some fire. So it happens. And that's like excavation damage and natural force, hurricane or earthquake, whatever, and other outside forces. So these are the threats. So for your park, you need to identify which threat is the greatest one. Like, for example, for leak, you have last 4 years, you have say, 50 leaks. But if for a excavation damage, you have 70. So 70 is your number one threat. So how you need to mitigate? So this plan is that you identify this threat and prepare a plan to mitigate that threat. That's the whole purpose of this program. How do you identify threat, and your plan to mitigate that threat is main purpose of this report. Yeah, there may be other issues like material, oil failure, equipment failure, and incorrect operation. Now, as I give an example, so you rank 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one is your best enemy? Is it corrosion? Is it third-party damage? Or is it material? Or is it natural forces? So number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the rank risk. So this is the part that you mitigate. You identify the risk and you mitigate. Okay, for example, for third-party damage, what you can do? You can make sure that the contractor, he has a license, and the person who is operating, he is qualified. So this is the way you can mitigate the problem. So once he comes in and you can check, okay, what license you have, your person, what qualification he have to do this job. So this way you can mitigate your problem. So, and then you implement these measures to reduce the risk. We cannot completely, make it zero, the risk. This is always there, but we can minimize the risk. That's the whole purpose of this program. And once you measure performance, then next few years you monitor. Is your program working that way? Now, after implementing this program, do you see that the number of incidents is reduced? That means your program is working. If not, so you revise your program. And that's the way you continue. Our purpose is safety. So we try to minimize all these incidents. So monitor and implement the mitigation plan. And then, as I said, that you evaluate your program. So by looking at the number of incidents, you can evaluate and you can improve your program. Every 5 years, you need to revise your program, and then you revise the program and you performance monitoring the evaluations. So record keeping. So you need to keep all the records of this program for 10 years. Document supporting threat identification and the location and material of all piping. So keep all these records for 10 years. New that is installed after the date of operation program, and old. Keep all the records, new and existing. And these are the other sources that you can get help for this DIMP program: PHMSA, APGA, CPUC. This is summary of this DIMP program. So, do you have any question regarding DIMP program? Okay. See, once we go for inspection, we will review this program. Once you have in your file, like the way you go there and we see your paternity record, right? Paternity record, then leak survey record. At that time, we will see that here's your DIMP program. You don't have to send to us, but you should have in your folder. Like you have a folder for 1M, operation and maintenance plan. You have a folder, right? O&M, operation and maintenance plan. Yeah. So you can keep this report, and we'll review this while you are going to inspect your park. You don't have to submit it, but you should have that in your file. Anybody else? Any other? Yeah. Normally, we inspect parks from 3 to 7 to 8 years. So our database gives us a signal of due parks, and we schedule our parks when it is due. But I have seen some parks are due about 4 or 5 years, even 7 years, because we are too busy. But we are about. How about Jason? What is the percentage that we are covered? Can you?
About 2 years ago, we were about 800 parks out of date. As of this year, we're only about 300 parks out of date. By the end of this year, everything will be current, and that's on the propane and the MHP side. So, with the upgrade program taking parks out of our system and us hiring more staff, we're actually doing much better on our inspection program. So the longest you should go without seeing an inspector is about 7 years.
Yeah, that is at the latest. I have seen parks that due in 7 years. So particularly the parks are located at the remote areas. And we plan for a week. So if they are close by, so we can schedule 1 or 2 or 3 per day. But one who are outside the city area, we have difficulty, and then we need to make a special program to go there and inspect those parks. So those parks I have seen that they have 5, 6, 7 years due. So we are trying to accommodate everybody and do it as soon as possible.
So those that may not have this plan, does the website have samples, give an idea of what, similar to what you did here, but with a sample of what it would look like?
Yeah, you have a copy of this? There is a copy that we distribute. Now we send you a copy. If you give an email address. This is April 14. But I think it's updated copies in the internet. So I think we are not making any more copies because everybody has email, and we can email the added copy. I have a copy of that. And also, if you give an email address, I'll send a current copy. But changes are not much. It's more or less the same. So on page 18, explain everything here. Okay, yeah, I can send the copy. I mean, it may on click. Okay, yeah. No, I don't think we have in the website, but I have a copy, and if anybody, I can send a copy. Is it the website? Okay. It is the upside also. Okay. So this program comes from the data that have been developed from inspection record from last 5 years, for example, a park. Yeah. So the park is observing systematic problem, like for 5 years, they have more leaks than previous years or more excavation damage than other years. So that's the way they get data from to implement this program. So this is based on the actual data that the parks have from the maintenance record and the repair record. So they use this data to find out their problems, and they book a ranks. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we cannot see a problem. The operator sees the problem because we go once in 3-4 years. We see the report. The operator is the main responsible person who knows their park and what is their problem. We go and make sure that your analysis is based on the actual record that you have. Is it clear? Yeah. The operator is responsible for this. We just go and make sure that this program is implemented. Okay? And this is similar for propane and for the mobile home park. The copy is green color here. This for there's very little difference. Okay, any questions?